Hello and welcome to this video. It's a how to draw people tutorial. I had a couple requests for a body tutorial. The people that requested that were Simply Cloudy 7392 and Soap Stuff. So thank you to them for requesting a body tutorial. I decided to just do people, so I'm gonna include the head on this. I don't know if that's really included in every other body tutorial or anything like that. This is my first tutorial I've done, so please bear with me on that. I may not explain things the best. Things might be a little disorganized. Hopefully this can be helpful though, and maybe even a bit entertaining. Before I start off with things though, I do want to say I am considering taking commissions. If you're interested at all, please let me know, whether that's through a comment or I have a community post up with a poll on it. You can vote on that. Just let me know if you're interested. I want to see if it's really worth it to open them up. If people have an interest, can't buy them, aren't interested, whatever. It doesn't matter. Just, yeah. So now that that's all taken care of, on to the tutorial. When I draw people, I like to start with the head. And I just kind of do a circle. Nothing really all that special. I have the guidelines in. Again, pretty par for the course. Pretty much everyone I've ever seen draw does that. The brush I am using, by the way, is the felt tip pen soft, and I'm using Ibis paint to do that. I believe this is just all of the default settings on this. I don't even have pressure sensitivity on because it seems to run a little faster this way. And I figured it would be fun to just do stuff without it. So now that the head circle is all there, it's time for the eyes. Sometimes I like to draw the eyes separated. That's something I've been liking to do lately. You have the nose and mouth. However, that's just how I do it. Other times even, I like to draw them connected. These two C shapes. It's got a little bit of a different look. Kinda cute. Sometimes I even do more of an anime type eye. It really just depends on the look I want to go for and what I feel like doing at the time. Oh. Wrong button. Since I've really been liking the separate eyes, that's what I'll be doing for this. I draw a couple more circles. Then I draw the ears. I kind of do it intuitively, but they tend to line up with the eyes in a certain way every time I do it. It's kind of just baked into my brain. So then I've got the pupils. I like to do little rectangles, but you could do lines, dots, circular shapes. It all depends on what you want to draw and how you want it to look. Definitely go and experiment with it. So I'll draw the eyelids here, just a line over. I don't always draw eyelids, but I feel like doing that this time. And then I like doing a little shine in the middle of them, and I color the outer bits. Add in the pupil, and there we've got the eyes. Also, add a few eyelashes. Lines for eyebrows, add in the ears. Let's add some earrings too. That sounds fun. The nose is just a little dot, a little line, a little inconsequential marking. It's there, but it doesn't really do it. It's just there. Nothing real big to it. And I'll add a mouth. I'll add a couple of bits there to the corners of the mouth, and a nice smile. I'm leaving it open in the center of the smile, just because I feel like it. Actually, I decided I'll connect it. So, that's the head. I'll move the ear down because that looks a little funky. And yeah, there's that. And then I draw on the neck. I tend to draw it so kinda take the pupils. You can do that. I kinda just estimate it based on where they're at though. Or not really the pupils because those change. But like I use the eyes kind of to guide it down, you know? See? It's about, what is that, an eye width apart? Yeah. Funny how that worked out. That's not even intentional. Really, I just do whatever looks good. So now I've got the neck and some shadow. It's a little longer than I need it to be, but that's fine. So I go out into the shoulders. Sometimes I add like a line across, sometimes I just have the shoulders. It's really whatever. It's nothing here is exact. I'm making it up as I go. Got these two dots there. They don't need to be there unless you want them to be there. I feel like having them there. Then I come down, make sort of a rectangular shape with this rounded cutout. It's kind of like ribs. Isn't that neat? Then I add this center bit. Kind of coming in at an angle. And then I come down, flaring out a bit. Just a little bit of a triangular sort of shape here with a flat end. And I kind of just adjust it, clean it up, whatever as I go. If something doesn't look how I want it to, I just erase it, fix it, whatever. I usually end up changing the size of the head a lot, just to make it look right for what I want. I'll shrink this down so we can work on the legs. The legs probably give me the most trouble out of everything. They're really a pain, and I have to make up how to do it every so often because I forget how I draw legs. It's a bit silly. Oop. So to draw them, I come down about halfway. What is going on? And then for the calf portion, I do a curve wherever is going to be outer. Wherever the bump of the calf is, kind of curve it out. And then as it gets to the bottom, and again, the leg kind of flares out like so. For the foot, I just draw a diagonal line, dividing that so that it's a bit larger on the inside where the big toe would be, and gets smaller as it gets to the outside. And then I just add in the toes. And erase guidelines, stray lines, all of that. And just clean it all up so that it's not a total mess when you go to line it. So that's one leg. Now the other leg. I'll have it pointing this way to the left. So I'll come down halfway again. I'll leave it straight here. It's not always necessary to have the calf bump, but I do find that it looks nice in a lot of circumstances, more leg-like to do that. But if I'm just doing this, it looks enough like a leg already. So you just kind of curve that around, you come down, curve that around, flat at the bottom. It's kind of like a little meat club. It's not really much of a foot, it's just a lumpy shape that is a foot. Or I do a little arch like that and connect that like so, and now it's at a bit of an angle. And then you just add the toes in. Look at that, it's a leg. I'll make the head bigger again. I think for the size of the legs, it does need to be a bit bigger, just to keep it in the sort of proportions I tend to use. So now we've got that. Next step, the arms. So what I'll do is I'll make an arm out here. Hand, arm, whatever. I'll make the hand kind of starting off with, it could be a circle or rectangle. It just depends on how I'm feeling. I'm not feeling that kind of hand today. So let's do a rectangle. Draw the thumb. I'm using rectangular sorts of shapes and straight lines for this. So I'll draw the thumb coming into the hand. And straight lines with the hands, or fingers. I try not to think about it too much with the hands. If I think too much about them, they end up looking really bad because I try to overcomplicate the process. This is good enough. It looks enough like a hand to pass as a hand, so it's fine. I like to measure it against the face. I recall hearing that the size of the hand is supposed to be around the size of the face, so I kinda try and stay to that. And if I can't tell from it just being out there, I'll select it and measure it. So I'll bring that right about there. And to connect it, draw a circle, connect those, and draw a line going down. And at that point, right here, that is where the elbow would be. I like to start on the forearm, the part of the arm that the hand is connected to. I'll clean that up so I can see better. And I like to do more of a curved bit on the inside and straight on the outside. Then I go to the shoulder area, and it tends to be pretty straight there. And I just connect everything in. Erase excess bits and guidelines, just to keep everything clean and visible. And you know what? I'll change up the thumb because I wasn't liking how it was looking. And I'll change that first finger too. There we go. It's close enough to a hand. Looks a little weird, but that's fine. I'll erase that so that the arm is connected in a way that looks arm-like. And I think I'll move it up a bit. It's looking a little off. There we go. It's a slight difference, but it's enough just to make it look a little better. For the other hand, what I will do is draw just a line down with a rounded bit at the end, tapering outwards as it gets to the hand area. I'll add kind of a straight bit there, just because that is where the thumb will be, and it's easier to connect it like that, I think. I like to draw the shape of this little S curve, very slight S curve down on the inside, kind of curved on the outside, but only in one direction. And that looks, like a thumb. And I'll draw out. Got one rectangular shape. I'll erase that to make it a little easier to see. That's the first finger. And then I'll make that kind of an angle so that it looks like it's getting bigger as it gets closer to that first finger. And that's two fingers kind of grouped together. And then I'll just draw a little pinky there, all on its own. And there you have, that looks weird. There you have a hand, kind of. There we go. Now that's a hand. And the hand is looking a little big to me. Maybe it's just because of where it is. But I will measure it just in case. It could be, a little smaller. There we go. And I'll just adjust everything. And there you have it. A person. If you want to add hair, which you probably do, kind of just draw the hair on. Ooh, here's some wild hair. let's add one of those. Now we've got hair. If you want to add like ears, like animal ears, you just kind of draw them in. Rabbit ears. There's some silly little loopy shapes. Cat ears. Just little triangles with the inside in them. Even draw, like a cat tail or something. Ooh, it's got a tail. Or you could do a fluffy tail. I'm not very good at those, but whatever. Now that you've got the base body, you can kind of do whatever you want with it. It's kind of fun just to mess around. So, yeah. If the legs look a little weird, throw some clothes over it. It'll look fine. Let's add a shirt. Oh look, a shirt. Maybe some long sleeves even. And a turtleneck. You can add a necklace. Some shoes. Don't forget to add the soles of the shoes. When you go to draw the shoes, going from feet to shoes, like those straightforward feet, kind of round it out a bit instead of having it as this triangular shape. You round it out to get rid of the toes. Speaking of toes, you can use the same feet, the same method for the feet to draw like animal feet, like furries and stuff. That's what I do when I draw animals like that. You just change the number of toes there are. It's pretty cool. Say the long sleeve is a bit longer than the short sleeve. Sure. And let's just add a smiley face. And it's a person. Look at that. I think I will actually go into a speed paint to finish this up and kind of show off the finished product. I will return after that. As you can see here, this is the finished drawing. It's been lined, it's been colored, thrown a little background. The only thing I haven't really done to it is any sort of shading, just because this is a quick little example piece for a tutorial video, where that isn't really the main focus. Hopefully you were able to learn something, see a different way of doing stuff, or just have a fun video to watch. As I said before at the beginning, I'm considering doing commissions, and if you have any sort of interest in that, let me know, whether it's in the comments, voting on the poll in my community posts, or any other way you can think of to say any sort of interest. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, whatever, and goodbye.